I have finished another dungeon. This time is Wrath of the Lich King dungeon, Halls of Lightning, which means I have already run 100 runs of this place, but I'm gonna do one more time where I show you guys the route and also the loot that I've received from this place. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back for another video. As you heard, it's Halls of Lightning, it's Wrath of the Lich King dungeon. I'm right outside it here. And if you see this on a Sunday, that's because it's posted on a Sunday. It's actually not a Saturday, which I would normally post at. But that's because this week has been a little bit busy and a little bit different. It's a Sunday. I apologize for not having it ready for Saturday, but nonetheless, we're gonna do it. I'm right outside here, and I'm just gonna show you guys where you can find this dungeon because, as I mentioned, it is Wrath of the Lich King. So of course you gotta go to Northrend. You're gonna go to Storm's Peaks, and then it's right up here. There's actually a bunch. There's a raid. There's 2 dungeons up here, but it's this one up here in the right hand side. So yeah, let's just jump into it and let's run it, and then I'll talk about the loot at the very end, because if you've seen any of the other Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, you know I'm not a big fan of them. The loot in here, or the transmog loot in here, is not really that great. I did actually get my first epic in here, which is super excited. It's first epic that I've gotten in any of these Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, and I think I've done over 400 now, so it's not really that great. But we obviously I said I wanted to do all the dungeons from Classic, TBC, and Wrath of the Lich King, and this is of course included. So we're gonna do it regardless, and obviously I'm gonna finish all of the rest of the Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, even though they might not be the greatest, but I'm gonna try it out and I'm gonna test them regardless. If not to make gold, then at least to make you guys know that they are not that good and not worth running at all. And then we know for future that we should not do these dungeons. So I'm just gonna run through. You can obviously see the route here. There's nothing too special about the route here. You're just running one direction, and then you can exit at the very last boss over here. On that platform you can jump down and you can clear the rest. That's why I haven't cleared those down there. This dungeon is relatively fast actually. I do also have a speed set. You can see here my run speed is quite high, and I do also have all of my speeds. And now you can see I'm running almost faster than a flying mount once I initially, when the first second I use my sprint there. So you don't really need anything specific, and you don't need a druid, as I usually also mention, or a monk, because they have the teleportation back and forth from their order halls, garrison, whatever they are. For druids they are dream walk, so you get to the portal room thingy. So you don't really need anything specific, and you don't really need a speed set, but obviously it will help and you'll make the run go faster. The reason why I haven't killed these yet is because I want to show you something, right? I usually always jump away from them while killing them, or try to kill them, because if not, you're gonna get this. And of course it doesn't happen. You usually get feared. Maybe I dodged it or something, but you usually get feared for like 6 seconds. Well, that was a bit of a fail. But you usually get feared for 6 or 7 seconds from those mobs. So I usually try and avoid it by running, like leaping away from them while killing them. So keep that in mind. It will be very frustrating if you do 100 runs, as I have done, because you are gonna be feared once in a while. They're really annoying, but nonetheless, I didn't get feared this time, so that was good. That was a bit of a fail to show, but keep that in mind. Oh god. This is actually one of the last rooms, one of the better rooms actually. I think I might have gotten my epic here. I'm not 100% sure. But there's a lot of mobs here in a little small area here. And after these, we only have a few left in there. There's not... But that's actually a bit of a materials, because we are killing a little bit of... what you call them? Elementals down before the second last. That boss down here, this room. Oh, that's the second boss, not the second last. Because there's a bunch of elemental, as you saw, the fire new elementals and stuff, so you do get a little bit of a materials that is actually gonna give you a little bit of money. And then there's also another item in here which is used for a quest, or used for reputation quests, basically. So you loot them, and then you turn them in for reputation with some factions. So people do actually tend to buy them. So there are a little bit to gather in here. If you don't get any transmog, you will still make a little bit of gold. But obviously, I'll walk you through it when we get to the loot. But as you see, I just killed the last boss. We're just going to jump down here and we're going to finish off the remainder of these mobs. I usually, as you may have known, if you watched any of my other videos, I usually use my dream walk to get out. I'm not going to do it today because the exit is right there and you can sell straight out outside. So it's not really needed to use the dream walk. You can just run out. That is just as fast, if not even faster. So here we are, back where we started. It took me about 4.5 minutes, but obviously you saw I stood still with those fearing mobs that didn't fear me anyways. So it takes about probably little of in between 3 and 4 minutes, depending on how fast you're running. But this is the loot that I've received, and this is the loot that I've kept, basically. As I mentioned, the quest item right here, now that I've run 101 of them, I've almost got 8,000, which is quite a lot, I would say. I don't know how fast these are actually going to sell. I've never sold them before, but currently or according to my auction house, they are 12 gold each. And before I did the run here, I calculated on my calculator that they were 92,000 gold for all of these. I've probably received a little bit more now, so but they're still probably about 92,000. So 92,000 on all of these up here, which is decent, I'd say. And then there was the other materials that you would see, because you get let's just do that again, because you get the crystallized fire, the crystallized water, and the crystallized air from the elemental throughout the dungeon, and you can obviously turn them into eternals. So eternal air, I got 121, which is 12,000. Eternal fire, I got almost 89, which is 11,000, and 121 of the eternal water as well, which is also 12,000. So there is, well, 12, 24, 35,000 gold in these. So that is a little bit as well, together with these. So at least over 120k, even a little bit more actually. You will be set to make if the prices are just as good as mine. But that's at least something, so you don't go empty-handed completely. And then obviously you get the frost reef cloth, which on my server is not really that expensive. I don't think they are expensive on any servers really. But obviously you can use these in your crafting if you do that to make the frost reef bolt, and then also the embowed frost reef bolt. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but you can use these to use them for your crafting and your tailoring. I know the embowed frost reef bolt I used a lot in tailoring crafting, if you're crafting transmogs for that. So I decided to keep mine, but I'll probably get a lot because I'm going to do all of the last Breath of the Lich King dungeons, so I might actually end up selling some of them. But just to show you guys that you can get them, I've kept them. And in total, I have 7.5 thousand of them. But in these 100 runs, I received 4,124. So pretty decent, about 4,000, a little over 4,000. But then to the transmog loot, or the green items that I've kept, and obviously the epic, as I mentioned. Again, majority of them is weapons. Also what I've kept from the other dungeons, but apparently those are the ones that actually seem to be having some sort of value to them, because it's 3.2 for this one, which I have 3 of. I have a suspicion, as well as the other dungeons that I've been doing in the Breath of the Lich King, that these are going to be fake value as well, and probably not going to sell. But as I've also mentioned in the other dungeons, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to note down everything that I sell from Wrath of the Lich King, and then I make a video at some point where I explain which items actually sell and if they do sell at all. So I'm just going to try and keep a few things that I might think will sell from each of the dungeons. And so far it's mainly been weapons, so that's what we're keeping. But yeah, 3 of these. 3 of these swords, which is 3.5. We got another sword here, which is 5k. I got another 3. We got a mace, which is 2.5. That's 2. We got a cloak, which is 1.6. Not that great value, but we're gonna try anyways. We got another cloak here, which is 10k. Looking a little bit better because it's a little bit longer, and white cloaks are quite nice, I'd say. I like white cloaks at least. But yeah, 2 of those as well. We got a belt here, which is 4k. We got a pair of boots here, which is 5.7. And then we got some weapons down here, which is a little bit higher valued. We got this one, which is 18.7. We got a crossbow here, which is 36, almost 37. That was hard for me to say. 37, almost. And then we got a polearm here, which is apparently 210,000 gold. I don't know if it's gonna sell. It probably won't. I mean, again, you can see the region sales average is so much lower. This is 267 gold. This is 400 gold. This is 8k almost. But the region sales average is so low that I think these will either not sell or just drop tremendously low, where I can't be bothered to post them anymore, and then might just delete them. But we'll see. I'll definitely note down if I do sell them for this amount or even a little bit less, and then, as I said, make the video. But we have 2 more items left to show. I got this quest here, which is a damaged necklace. It has a really good sell rate. Again, the region sales average is low, but on my server it's 10k, and there's a lot of them on the auction house, as I can see here. There's 34 on the auction house, so quite a lot. But a good sell rate, so hopefully it sells fast. I mean, it's 10k. If it sells fast, it's profit, is worth it. So I kept that. And then, as I said, to the first epic I have received in Wrath of the Lich King dungeon. I got so excited when I got it, because I had at some point I had a suspicion that I could not get epics, BOEs at all. Or they're not very common, at least. But I did get one here, and it's this one. Not the most impressive one, I'm not gonna lie, but it's 24,000, and it has a 0.02 sell rate. I mean, it just looks like a set piece or something you can get from one of the raids, from one of the classes. I can't remember which one it is, but it definitely just looked like something you can get from a raid instead of going out to farm it as a BOE. But 0.02 sell rate for 24,000, I'll take it. It's first epic. I'm excited. Like, at least I know I can get them, so hopefully there's more luck in some of the future dungeons that I'm gonna do. But that was basically it. That was all the loot that I've decided to keep. Obviously, I've got a lot more. There's a lot of blues in here, which drops all the time. There's boots that apparently shows on loot appraisal as 7, 8k or something, and they just, like, you get maybe 5 or 6 of them within 10 runs. So obviously they're not gonna sell for 8k because they're so easy to get. So the drop trans and the rarity doesn't go hand in hand with the value of it. So I didn't keep any of them, but there's a bunch of other stuff in there that I just deemed not worth my while and not worth my, like, to post on my auction house. But you can see it on your server. Maybe the prices are better on your server, and then you decide to keep something else. Maybe this one is 100 gold on your server. Obviously, don't keep it. This is just what I've kept for my server on my prices. So yeah, we're gonna look at the macro that I have, or stolen for someone else actually, which shows the value of my bags right now. So we're gonna click it, and we're gonna see how much value I actually have in my bag, and it is 603,000 gold, which is not bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad. I think, like, obviously this one here has a market value of 211, so that's like a quarter, or no, not a quarter, a third of all my value in here. And then these also have a lot. They have a lot, over 100,000 on these in market value. So a lot of the market value is in my materials and this weapon. But nonetheless, 603,000 is not bad for Wrath of the Lich King. I think it's the best Wrath of the Lich King dungeon I've done. So that's a positive. That's positive. But that was it. that was it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, comment down below. Well, comment down, what should you comment? What should you comment? Comment, I don't know. If you have any questions, comment down below. I thought I was trying to figure out something on the spot, but I messed it up as well. But also make sure to subscribe if you're interested in these kind of videos, and if you want to keep updated on what I post, because I will be doing a lot more, as you've heard. I'm doing all of the Wrath of the Lich King dungeons. I'm working on all the remainder of the TBC dungeons, and also the remainder of the classic dungeons. So there's a lot more dungeons to be done. So there will be a lot more videos posted, but you will know if you've been following, and you will know if you subscribe. Also, I do most of these farms. I do all of these farms, to be exact, over on my Twitch. So go follow me over on my Twitch. It's obviously Littlefix, as I'm called here, with double X. So hopefully I'll see you over there, and if not, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.